Hi, I'm Nate Fenson. I'd like to introduce myself. I always like to call myself Nate the Great Fenson because it was about a book about this child who was a detective who always ate a crap ton of pancakes, and pancakes are delicious. And of course, this is a 100% realistic picture of me. As we all know, the way people describe themselves is what they do, not who actually they are. Hopefully, will be more of what I am instead of what I do, but let's start off the presentation talking about what I have, which is ironic. But anyways, this is the first house that I bought. I call it Big Blue because obviously it is a big blue house and then a big blue garage. It was my first house that I worked on. Whole bunch of stuff I did to it. 2 new staircases, new porch outside. We redid the roof. We did all the molding on the windows inside. We did the kitchen. It's currently rented out, which is nice. The basement has low ceilings, which is okay. But we tiled off the washer and dryer down there. So it's always nice for the tenant to have. There's also a huge 4-car garage, basically, if you fit them in tight, and there's small Volvos. But it's a 3-story garage, it's really nice. One day I hope to plan to make the upstairs into a apartment. The stairs go up like this, and then the layout would be a 4-room layout, where this would be a bedroom. You have the kitchen, and of course the bathroom somewhere in here too. And then you have another set of stairs back up to, and then you have another set of stairs back up to the 3rd floor as well, where there'll just be a room up there because it's not up to code to be, you have that livable space. Nice thing about it is also on the bus lines, which is always nice. And that was the first one. I learned a lot from there. I did a lot of hands-on stuff. I never hired a contractor other than my uncle and my dad to help me out with this property, which was really nice because I learned everything that I need to know about construction in this house. I got a lot of dings on my hands to figure that out. Thankfully, I never hurt myself. I did have a friend jump off the roof one time when we were fixing up the stairs because he was stuck upstairs. He wanted to get out to get pizza with us, so that was always fun. But those are the life experiences that you always like to have and remember back to. The next house I bought was on a tax foreclosure auction. The interesting one about this one was it was labeled at the auction that had no septic and no well. What I saw is potential savings because in the back there was a well and it was sticking out of the ground, so it was very easy to see. I didn't know if it was working, but that was a gamble that I was willing to take. The nice thing about this property also is that most people, when they looked at it, of course this addition wasn't there at the time, and the front, if you see this tree, there was trees all over the place, which if you look here, it was all dug up because I trimmed it out because the house is so much nicer to look at, especially with new siding. So what I saw was a potential 2-unit capabilities, and what everyone else saw was a roof here that was leaking into the garage, and they saw an expense. So what other people saw as an expense, I saw as a profit margin. It's on a half-acre land right across from the river, so the river would be probably, which is nice because you don't have any neighbors across there, which is always nice. It's zoned agricultural because there is a farm on the other side, the back side of the property, which again, another feature in my mind. It's got a very nice porch with electric on it, and there used to be a pole here that used to have for electric out in the middle of the yard, but I didn't like that. It seemed more of a liability than a feature, so we took it out and made a nice driveway right here. My future plans for this is, when I bought it, it was a 5-bedroom, 2-bath with an in-law apartment. If you see up here, obviously we're trying to make this into a 2-bedroom, 1-bath garage apartment. Then you have a 4-car garage, which you could rent out as storage, and then you have the 4-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home that has a huge banquet area in the back, which is absolutely fabulous. They got some really nice tile back there, heated floors, concrete floors, which is nice. And that's pretty much it. The interesting one I learned about this one was we had lots of decisions to make because the property was a small property to hold a well, so we had to decide where we wanted to put the well, how deep we wanted to go, if there was even water there. Did I want to risk it and just dig straight down and hope that it's there, or did I want to get it surveyed? What we ended up doing was we just put the well way in the back next to the farmland and dug down deeper than the neighbors because the neighbors were having issues with their well water, so it was a huge risk, but I gambled and I spent the extra money to do it right, and it worked out great. Now we have a 100% working well, and that's what you want to do. Do things right the first time. The next and last property is my third property, which what I call is the City Blue. Obviously it's another blue house, so I had to keep the theme with that color going. The nice thing about this house was I bought it on tax foreclosure without even walking into the house. All I did was drive by it, and stayed in my car even, because it wasn't worth getting out and just didn't feel like it at the time. But at the time there was also a handicap rail that went all the way from here to the back, around and in. You can sort of see the porch right there. The interesting one about this was it was blocking the driveway. It was put in by a local nonprofit to help the person out there. And at first I just thought it was weird. I didn't remember about it until after I bought the property, ironically enough. But the nice thing about it is once I finally got inside, I really felt like I hit the lottery, which is always nice. That feeling was amazing. There's current tenants in there, so I was collecting rent the day I bought it, which is also nice. So the layout of the house is there is stairs up and in, and there is a back door entrance that's right about there. And you have the front entrance, which is right there. The nice thing about this property is it was basically perfect to upgrade into a duplex. So what we did was we knocked out this door, created a door right here and right here. So we made 2 doors in the place of 1, and then moved them both a little bit to the left and right. We walled it off so we go straight up to the upstairs apartment, where the upstairs apartment will have 3 bedrooms. They have a bedroom here, a bedroom back here, a bedroom over here, bathroom will be right there, and so the living room and kitchen in the middle of the house, which is nice because then it's going to break up the bedrooms and also allow people to communicate and have a middle common area. At the downstairs there'll be a similar layout where we have kitchen, bedroom, and living room as the main entrance, which technically would be a suite style bedroom if they really wanted to, but I'm not going to recommend that. The nice thing about this property though is it is handicap accessible. The reason why is we had this handicap railing here which blocked the driveway, which obviously wouldn't be good. So what we did was we took the landing, which is right there, and we made a little U-shaped one, and so now we can put a little car in the middle there, which is always nice. So the handicapped person can actually park their vehicle in the middle of the handicap rail that they walk up to. There's also stairs down directly here to go straight down, which is a quicker way into the house. And we also in the back are planning on, in this area right here, putting a 3-car garage that we can rent out at $40 a pop. And the construction cost is going to be somewhere around $2,500 to do that. So that'll be a great profit margin. And with the 2 driveways, the tenants will be able to get back there with ease. So that's the third house. Oh, and the best part about this was on the side here, which we have a driveway that we can put in. There is about this far back, let's say right there, there is a covered basement entrance that we put in so that we could rent out the basement as well. So that'll be an amazing apartment once they get in there for someone to rent out. And then so now we basically turned a 1-unit, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath into a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and a 1-bedroom, 1 bath apartment. So the profit margins on this house are amazing, I think, in my mind. This is what I own. And now I'm going to talk about me as a person, and of course, as I talked about before, people define themselves on what they do. What I do is my passion is I teach computer science and math at a local high school, which I always love. There's nothing like going to work one day and affecting over 60 students in one day and showing them the possibilities are endless, what they can do with a computer. I implement technology in everything I do. Because of this, I teach computer science, so I know what to do with computers, hopefully at least. And as you can see, I've done a lot in my few years of teaching so far. But my main thing I hear is that I always expect excellence from my students. If you are going to be interacting with me, I always think, well, why not give your best? And I take that philosophy to heart in everything that I do. And of course, I have my little plug here. I do have my own YouTube channel. Obviously, it's for my computer math class because it's labeled computer math. If you go into YouTube, type in computer math, you can check me out if you want to see how I teach, to see the caliber of educator I am, if you like. I always like to brag about that because I always like to be the most innovative in my field. So I do a hybrid style teaching. And of course, I expect excellence in everything I do, so I expect the best truck ever, including all the rust here, which is always nice. This is what I call my $1,000 truck. It's a piece of junk. You can actually put your hand straight up in there, right there, all the way to the truck bed if the liner wasn't on there. I love it because it's basically a beater truck. So I use it to transport out more materials. I'm not worried if it breaks. And it's just a fun vehicle to drive because it is so cheap. It's my little toy. I don't have to worry about it getting damaged. And it's got a little top hat to keep it professional. And of course, one of my hobbies, obviously, is computer repair. Personally, what I like doing is I like going into an office or an end user's house, finding out what makes them tick, and then showing them all the accessories and features a computer can have for them to make their life easier. My most favorite one is a device, always telling a customer to buy a wireless charger for their phone, so that when they sit down, they just set down their phone instead of having to plug it in. When you think about it, every time you sit down, set your phone, you have to grab it out of your pocket, which is the same amount of time, and then you have to set it down. That's it. Compared to grab it out of the pocket, find the cable, grab the cable, see which way do I have to grab the cable, okay, put it in, and then set it down, and then hope the connection is good, because all chargers aren't good. Now, think about how many times a day you do that. Once a day. How many minutes does it take? 1 minute, which may not seem like much, but you do that 365 days a year. That's 360 minutes. That's 6 hours. 6 hours is at least $20 per hour. That's $120. What would you value your time at? This is a $15 device that you can pick up on Amazon easily. $15 or $120 worth of hours. And the other nice thing is, you set it down, you know where it's at, because it's always in that one spot where that wireless charger's at. So that's just one of the many things that I bring to the table about this. And of course I can fix any hardware issue, LED, TVs, plasma, and LCD of course. I like doing it on the side just because it keeps me busy, and I hate sending people that I know, friends, family, or associates, to Best Buy to spend $100 on a diagnostics that I can do in literally about 20 clicks in 5 hours a time, where I do the clicks and walk away. So I always like helping people out because it's just fun. Of course, I'm certified, all that nonsense, but that's just one of my hobbies. And of course, this is again my realistic picture. I like putting this up here because one of my students made the game Fenson Clicker. Of course, as you can see, there's no Photoshop line there at all. This is my pure 100% body. It's 6 times the impression I like to put on people. And of course my email's right there. I got it tattooed on my chest, of course. Yeah. And don't be shocked that if it's not actually there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry I had to brag about myself this whole time. But I figured this is the best way to introduce me to you. And so have a good one. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully I met you. We'll see. If not, give me contact and be glad to meet up. Have a great one. See you later.